Hello team, Coach Tim here. Just taking a look at Padraig Harrington, who has just won the 2022 Charles Schwab Cup Championship, and wanted to talk about one element of his game that is giving him so much success on the senior tour, and that is his ability to hit the golf ball long. Padraig is the only player on the Champions Tour right now that is averaging over 300 yards at 309 yards per drive. And he's basically doing three things here in my mind that is helping him kind of start to create some additional clubhead speed and be able to hit the golf ball these ridiculous distances as a man over 50. So let's try and take a look at three things here and see if one of these elements might be able to help you and your golf game. So the first element that I want you to notice is take a look at Padraig right here. Look how his legs are a little taller and a little bit more flexed. And then boom, look at that little kind of lowering the center of gravity, getting the body in a slightly better position to be able to spin, rotate, move laterally, whatever the case might be prior to starting the backswing. So that little trigger, that little move right there lowers the center of gravity, and there is not an athlete on the face of the planet that doesn't perform more dynamically from a lowering of the center of gravity position like Padraig is doing here right now. So that's the first thing, right? That can be a great trigger. That can be a great key to start your golf swing. It can also be a key that you're trying to do at any moment throughout your golf swing. It's just trying to lower your center of gravity, get a little bit more flex in your legs, preferably be through dynamic movement at some point in your golf swing to help you be in a better position to create some lateral movement or rotational movement from speed. The second thing that Padraig is doing is, as I continue to go ahead and move him on his backswing, I want you to notice his left heel. And can you see right there how his left heel is starting to come up off the ground? If we go ahead and blow that up here a little bit, you can see that there's space underneath Padraig's left heel right there. So he's increasing his range of motion, and he's giving his athlete a great little trigger on the downswing to be able to plant that with some force to be able to really create, again, a great change of direction, a great sequence from doing the difference between the backswing to the forward swing in relationship to his golf swing to create more dynamic movement and more dynamics in his golf swing. So that's the second thing, is getting his left heel to come up off the ground to increase the range of motion and have a bigger dynamic movement from backswing to forward swing throughout his golf swing. Here's the last thing that Padraig is doing, is that he is getting farther away from the golf ball throughout his strike. That's what the green line represents. And you can see that at the address position, that Padraig has that green line right on his bum. And then as he starts his backswing and throughout the entire downswing sequence and after impact, his body is getting farther away from the golf ball throughout the swing. And that farther element away from the golf ball is not too dissimilar to a discus thrower. The discus thrower doesn't get closer to the disc as he creates rotational movement to spin his body and try and throw the discus farther. And Padraig is trying to do the exact same sequence here. In fact, he is doing it so well that after impact, he has to replant his left foot to make sure that he stays in good balance at the end of his strike. So these are additional sequences, additional elements that you can try and implement into your golf swing. If you're not using these elements, perhaps one of them, perhaps all three of them, can potentially impact your golf game to help you hit the golf ball a longer and farther distance, which I know, again, there's not a person on the face of the planet that doesn't hope to be able to hit the golf ball farther. So give these tips a go, and best of luck to you in your golf game and hitting that golf ball an extra 10 to 20 yards further than what you're currently doing.